it's a better movie than I think this one, because this one is like there's time lapses and they don't really like mention there's a time lapse. Like there's a point where it's like, hey, this is like 3 months later and the bomb's about to go off and
well, I mean,
they don't really need to mention it. It's the knowing.
You got it. It was the time lapse though. Like were you like shocked in the theater? Like wait a minute. Is this 3 months later? No one
wait, stop.
No, but what I'm saying.
That's not true. I can prove you wrong on that one. The kind of cute blonde girl sitting next to me was like, why is it snowing? I'm not kidding. She was pretty though.
She's stupid. No, it's just.
Duh.
It was just like.
Honestly, she's stupid. She couldn't figure out what it was.
Oh. They mentioned it was 3 months later. I don't know how you would know that, I guess.
You wouldn't know the exact amount of time, but you know time has passed because it's snowing.
I feel like Christopher Nolan gives the audience a little bit more leeway to think, all right,
I feel like you should
know that this is 3 months later.
I feel like leeway isn't the right word. He gives the audience's intelligence a little bit more credit than other directors. He's not holding your hand.
Like,
Christopher Nolan's a beast.
Like, I guess it's just
a sex beast.
The fact that it was snowing, I guess, to me, that could just be like the next day and it just happened to snow that day. Like, that's not a big huge thing.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't apparent that it was the summer in the movie before that.
I know, but like
it was. I didn't know what time. It was
I feel like I without a hitch, I was like once I started noticing. Okay, now it's 3 months later. All right, that's fine. Like,
yeah, no, it wasn't like a big shock that it like was 3 months later.
This is just but one example.
It just felt like it was sloppily handled. Is all.
What did you want? Like little white text about the bomb thing 3 months?
No, I don't mean that.
What do you need?
But,
like, have someone
like,
say
it was 3 months later, like before like a lot of stuff happened. Then by the way, 3 months later, it felt like.
But as soon as the time lapse happens, if someone had been like the bomb goes off in like 14 hours.
They didn't even need to like keep mentioning it, but like it was just like I felt like the time between the time lapse happening when you found out was like it was significant enough. Where it was like all that stuff that we just watched was like okay. Like I had to think back to like
how much stuff had happened since the time lapse.
Yeah.
You know, they should have made an on the bomb transition, like it zooms in on the bomb and it's like, you know, like 54 days and it comes back out as like 3 days.
They could have just like showed the date on like a newscast or something. Like they could have had like newscast, it's been 3 months and
yeah.
Or something.
And they do that in a lot of movies.
Some sort of verbal.
I don't know. I felt like it was
indication.
I feel like you like the movie too much.
There's only one thing. How did he get from wherever it was in the desert to?
Yeah. Okay.
How did he do that?
I was giving you an exact example because
it's a genuine problem and you don't have an answer to it. But
do you need an answer though?
He got out with no.
Yeah, because the important thing is that. They said that if anyone came in, they were going to blow up that thing, and in rapid succession, 4 people just came in, because the 3 military people came in, and then the fucking Batman shows up.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand.
He had no money.
They weren't looking for the Batman. He was there with nothing. He didn't have, like, a cell phone. He didn't have, like, a network of people, and he has 0 money, which is established before he's thrown in there.
Even if he had money, he wouldn't have access to it.
Yeah. So, well, kind of. You could go to like a Western Union or something and be like, oh, this is my face.
Yeah, maybe.
But still, he didn't have money. He had nothing.
It was just.
Did he walk? Did he run from Uzbekistan to New York?
I don't know. I knew that was like that, but when I was watching, it's like, all right, he's Batman. Fuck it. I don't.
Yeah. I don't care.
It's not that big of a problem. It's just a little bit of something between that, like, because that was like another like time skip there too. Because it was like 5. It's like 3 to 5.
You know what the thing that caught me is that there were time skips sometimes where it wasn't necessary. Like my favorite was he blows open the thing to let like the people out from underground, and then they're just all out like that. It like just cuts forward like a minute and a half. Like
wait.
Show them leaving. No, they start walking out, and then it just cuts like a few minutes into the future, and they're all just like out. Like
they're in the line, like the cops talking about?
When the cops were like walking out of the tunnel after it being like opened, they like start walking out and then they're just out more, and it's just like obviously it just cut forward a few seconds, but it's like why?
Because the movie is 3 hours.
Yeah, but just show that they started walking out. Obviously they're not. The other people are like, oh, we're staying in here.
I don't know if that's a good problem because there's like no bearing on the plot.
No, but it's just silly.
You have no idea
no reason.
What Batman did or other things.
I mean, like, these examples are all, like, at the end of the movie when they're like, we do not have enough time for this, because it's already, like...
I feel like you don't need to just justify things. I mean, you're allowed to
justified Spider-Man.
You haven't seen Spider-Man either. Like you.
But-
Well, I will, but I mean, like,
What do you mean justify? I said I liked it. That's all there is to it. It's a good movie.
Anyway, I didn't like how they handled Robin. I felt like it was pretty obvious who he was being set up to be from the second he came on, and I don't know, it was set up to be like a major plot twist.
Was
but it was
he
just not at
in
all.
the other movies?
No.
No.
He was a new character that had way too much screen time and was really interested in Batman. And, like,
Ra's al Ghul in the League of Shadows. Was that mentioned in other stuff?
Yeah, he's in the first movie.
that was the first
Okay,
movie.
that's what I thought. But
that
it's
was
been-
my problem with it.
What? 4 years?
7 years.
No, but since I saw it.
Oh.
I think it's been 4 years since I saw the movie, and I didn't rewatch them because, fuck, that's a lot of time. Am I wrong? That's a lot of time.
That's a long time.
So I didn't rewatch them, and I know that the people sitting next to me again, they had who's Ra's al Ghul?
Yeah.
He was a weird villain pick for the first one.
I
But
don't know. I thought it was pretty good.
well, he's not.
He's
They did because he picked two unknown villains.
He picked two like not well-known villains.
But
That's true.
Ra's al
yeah, Ra's al Ghul and the Joker. There's
No, the first one was Scarecrow.
Scarecrow is not. No, he's not in there.
Yeah, he was in all three.
I know.
He's only one in all three, and I like that.
I like that he was like the guy.
Yeah, he's the
Scarecrow's good. Like that's.
You know who they
I
should have put
him at
in?
the top of the
The
villain.
goddamn Riddler. The only good person in any of the Batman things.
I think Riddler would have been too close to the Joker.
Don't put the Joker in. The Joker's
No, they
stupid.
couldn't have. You know, they had.
I mean, hey, the Joker was good in that movie, but like, if they never made the Joker in that, I would have been like, yeah, the Joker's stupid.
Really? I like the Joker as a villain.
Joker's a good villain.
He's a good villain, yeah.
He's probably the best Batman villain. Usually.
Maybe one of the best villains of any superhero series.
The Riddler's the best. Then Mr. Freeze, and then the goddamn Penguin. And
Penguin's pretty cool.
that order doesn't change.
Penguin's alright.
I can't remember his name.
Penguin's a short guy with like.
Yeah, he's got an umbrella gun. Fuck it.
I like the Riddler just because he doesn't care about like crime or anything. He just wants to outsmart Batman.
Yeah, he's just doing it. That's how I'd be if
Yeah,
I
I
was
like that.
if I was
Like,
Riddlin.
If they had done him in this movie, it would have just been a joke.
No, yeah, exactly. I agree. You can't have that.
And the reason why Christopher Nolan picked Bane, he's like, well, I wanted someone to be able to, like, no one has ever really matched Batman, like, at a physical level.
You know who would match him at a physical level? Mr. fucking Freeze.
You want Arnold Schwarzenegger back to...
He doesn't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. It could be.
Mr. Freeze is too unrealistic.
He's too unreal.
He's what do you mean? Bane took over a city with a fusion bomb. None of these things are feasible.
Yeah, but like Mr. Freeze is like a guy who can only survive at sub-zero temperatures in a freeze suit.
They're free too, yeah, it's a little weird.
Fusion you can't make it on Earth yet.
Yeah, but like
So-
this is type of, like at least these are things.
These are
Mr. Freeze and like poison ivy and stuff like that, you just can't do.
You don't know.
You just can't. You can't be a plant person.
We'll see.
Bane was alright, but I felt like it was diminished that he wasn't like the number one guy.
Who? Bane?
Yeah, because he's supposed to be like really smart. That's like his thing, is that he's really smart.
Really?
Bane's thing is that he's really
He's a
smart, but
mastermind.
also, like
Yeah,
ridiculously intelligent.
He's got the brains and the brawn.
Yeah, that's why he's like a really good villain. And then
I really liked his voice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I like
That was
his voice.
the best part about Bane. His voice.
I liked his voice. I
Like
didn't
Patrick
like the fact that it was like at the camera, at least at the beginning. I don't know if it got better, but like at the
In the
beginning,
like the opening scene.
yeah, it's not like the other guy's talking, he's over here. Bane's on the camera, even though he's over here. Like it didn't matter where he was in relation to the screen. It was his voice was at the camera. Like, it felt like someone.
It wasn't like he was talking. It was like they did his voice in post
Yeah.
and didn't like adjust it to be
Yeah.
where it was,
It was
which is obviously just what happened.
It probably is, but it was just like.
Or he was like
when
talking.
he first spoke, it didn't sound like he was talking.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a voice coming like over like a loudspeaker,
Hmm.
which is what I thought was happening. Was that like, oh shit, Bane's like taking over your plane. He's flying it. Fuck. So, but you know the villain Bane because you've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
You know what looks good? Gangster Squad. Just saying.
Catwoman was pretty good. I like the way that was done,
Yeah.
but.
She was done good.
I didn't see that movie. I haven't
I
seen
guess
that. I'm not. Yeah,
She was done well.
I do her well.
Mm-hmm. I liked it. I mean, it was a good finish to the series. Like, I mean,
There was no other way to end it besides him. I figured they would just kill him off at the end.
yeah. I think it was.
How did he survive? That's another thing that kind of.
Yeah.
It was
That
Because-
confused me. I was kind of like thinking that too, but I was like,
6 mile radius.
you know what?
He's the goddamn Batman. That's the answer to any of your questions
That's the
because
answer.
you're a
I
fanboy.
But it's meant to be like a realistic Batman. It's not.
You know what? I was fine with him dying, but it was kind of a good feeling that all right, he lived and he did exactly.
I'm glad he lived.
It may have been one of those things where it was like just Albert imagining it.
It could have been exactly.
It was probably that.
Yeah.
I'd be better with that.
Yeah, it was somebody that looked like him, and he just cheers him, and like I don't know, he felt like
that was him and Catwoman, but
Hmm?
it was him and Catwoman thing. But I mean, it could have been.
yeah, it could have been, yeah.
How much more of a down ending would there be? It's like them and the music like swells and then like Albert rubs his eyes. It's just some other guy.
They should have done that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Bittersweet ending.
I think the top wobbled at the end. So Inception, fuck it.
I kind
Whatever.
of like I like the open ending. It was like
What open ending?
it was what?
There was no.
It was very not an open ending.
Because like, is he gonna take over and be Batman now? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
You
That
can't,
is- that is-
you can't say that indefinite.
Yeah, but it's not an open ending.
He quit his police job for it so he could become Batman.
He quit it because he knew.
Batman.
I'm gonna quit my job to become Batman. Fuck
That's what
you.
he did. He quit it and was like, I'll become Batman.
Yeah, that is not that. Now
Why did he
you're
go to the cave? Why did he go to the cave? He didn't want to become Batman.
because he wanted to fight. He was curious.
Man, obviously you go to the Batcave, you're gonna be
He
Batman.
doesn't know it's the Batcave.
Yeah, he does.
How?
He knew he was Bruce Wayne. He was Bruce Wayne was Batman.
Yeah, but he didn't know that cave was there
Then why did he go to that cave?
because he was left something. I remember. It was like.
Was he? I thought he just went there.
Yeah, remember when he got. remember
He's
when
just
he got
writing his
the
own.
bag?
He's writing his own movie now.
No, remember when he got that bag?
What bag?
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm not even gonna.
Oh, that bag. Wasn't that like? I thought it was like something he left there. Was it a? Did Batman leave that? Is that what it was supposed to be?
Yeah, because it had that coordinates in it
Oh.
to get to the Batcave.
Okay, he's gonna become Batman.
And it was like, hey, come to my Batcave, become
He's
Batman.
doing his own thing. Maybe he's doing Nightwing.
Nightwing's gay.
I was gonna get the suit.
Dumbass.
He's gonna become Batman. Well, why would he become like a separate villain and like separate and lose or a separate hero and like lose all of the?
Because Batman then already was like to everyone, Batman's dead, and he's already been immortalized in the statue, and
I guess.
he's an icon.
We could just
And,
make him
like,
Batman
just-
too. I'm Batman successor.
I'm Batman, but I mean, like, would that just lose?
My
credibility?
question is like, how the fuck did like Catwoman not immediately figure out that it was like Bruce Wayne?
Probably.
Oh, she did.
He might.
Really? Did you? Because she was like, oh, I'm surprised later on.
No, she's being sarcastic.
Really? Because it seems like you're giving a lot of credit to stuff that was never
He
necessary.
totally knows. Like, that wasn't like, wait, Bruce Wayne? I'm surprised. One thing I do admit that I was like,
8 and 10.
I mean, wherever. I gave it 9 out of 10. I'm not giving it a perfect 10 out of 10.
No, one movie gets
If you give
perfect
it
10
7
out
out
of
of
10.
10, then like I don't know.
I think
7 out of 10 is fair.
I think
6 out of 10.
7.
Anything less than 6, I'm a.
Darkseid is 9. This
Yeah.
one is farther down. I'll put it at 6 or 7. No.
I'd put Dark Knight at 9. This one at 8.
I think it's substantially worse than like.
What was the first one? Batman
Batman
Begins.
Begins was.
That's like a 7. I don't even remember that.
Begins, I think it's better than this one.
Yeah, this one I don't know. I think
It
you
felt
know,
like,
like
it was good, but it was like sloppily done.
but see,
There's a
That's
few
it.
things. Like yeah, again, like it was like there's some problems with it, but I know that they were constrained for time. The movie was almost 3 hours.
I feel like you're making excuses for them.
I
They're,
know,
he's a grown up.
I
Like
really-
dicked around a lot at the beginning with stuff that wasn't
I
super
really
consequential.
Like Christopher Nolan's movies.
I hold him to a higher standard.
I
Have you seen Memento?
I like Memento.
Have you
I
seen
like
Inception?
I like a lot of his movies.
Fuck. Christopher Nolan's
Those
great.
are all better than this one. This is like the first Christopher Nolan movie that I've been like, that wasn't that great.
I still like it.
I feel. I don't know.
See, my problem with this.
It wasn't a bad time.
The problem with the movie for me is it was a good movie, and then Batman, was also there. That's the whole movie could have gone on.
You said this last time, yeah.
Yeah,
Batman
but
didn't need to be there.
wait, I'm sorry.
You
What?
said that about Dark Knight.
Oh, it's okay. No, Dark Knight. Batman was essential to the plot.
In the Dark Knight, he wasn't needed.
I don't understand this argument that, you don't need Batman. Well, I mean, it's Batman's fucking movie.
I say you needed Batman to drive the plot in Dark Knight. This movie, there was
What?
nothing.
How could the story have gone on without Batman?
No, but I mean,
No.
the villain
Your argument is
motivation.
No.
You're not listening to the argument because you haven't let me finish it.
All right, go.
Okay. So all it is that Bane's doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Batman tries to stop him.
Fails.
He takes out Batman. Bane's just moves on. So, yeah, but I can't turn it around because it's on my phone. Because I don't have my... Okay. So... Anyway, so in this one, it really just seemed like Bane didn't care about Batman at all.
Why?
What do you mean? Why?
He broke his back, sent him to this prison that he knew he would never get out, and make him slowly watch as his city crumbles.
Yeah, he was like he removed the obstacle.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
No, it's bad, but he cleared out the obstacle of Batman. That was it. That was all he did. Whereas like the Joker was like the whole time he was like fixated on Batman because he's a fucking Batman villain.
Bane wasn't even really the villain. Like, it was Talia the whole time.
It was Talia.
Like, Bane didn't break his back because he wanted to. He didn't put him there because he wanted to. He was told to put her there. Like, that's what I didn't like about how Bane was handled, was that he's like the main, like...
And they had him as like a sidekick.
Yeah, they had him as a sidekick, and that's the same thing they did with the other one he was in, where he was a plant guy.
Oh, yeah, the one, of course.
He was a stupid, dumb plant guy in that movie, which was really bad. And in this one, he still didn't get his due as being, like, the super smart general guy. He said, like, everything he did.
He needs more commander cred. And this movie, like, seriously, if you just took Batman out of the entire thing, that, like, Bane's, what he did would have gone, like, to say, he wasn't doing it, like, for Batman. Whereas the Joker, if you didn't have, what's the Joker even up to?
The Joker was because of that. Like, they were...
Oh, well, I understand that. But, like,
I just feel like there was...
Batman was the obstacle into finishing Ra's al Ghul's work. And they're, like, Bane
not
and...
Really, though.
Yeah, not really, though.
It was more just Talia wanted to get revenge on Batman.
Yeah.
That was like...
I feel like to finish it.
I feel like...
They wouldn't be able to finish it with Batman.
The plots and motivations of Batman versus his villain in this movie were more disconnected than in the other ones. And thus he was basically not needed. And it was still a good movie, but it's just I felt like Batman wasn't as essential in this one as in the other two.
In the second one, it's more Joker's movie anyway.
Like, he stole it with his amazing performance.
Well, it's just like, well, no, it's not even that. But I mean, it's like, what was Batman doing in that movie?
Yeah.
He was just the opposite of Joker. He was just the opposite of Joker in that movie. Just Joker's something, I'm gonna do the opposite.
But fuck, that was a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But Batman's also like,
Fuck that movie.
he's not really needed in that one either.
So good.
Like, the Batman movie, you need Batman, but like, you don't. He's not like the draw.
Like Bane, anyone could have been the hero for him.
I mean, like, anybody could be the hero.
And like, you could pick someone that could be like Superman. I mean, you'd have to put some more work into it to like explain how you could beat Superman in a fight because he's an actual superhero, unlike Batman, who's
Bane has like
puss.
mad strength. I think actual Bane's like 9 feet tall or 8 feet tall or something.
I think it's like 7 foot something.
It's
like I think it's like
regular is like 6, and then he goes to like 8 when he gets muscled up. It's like ridiculous.
I don't. Yeah, I think there was supposed to be like an element of like Bruce Wayne and breaking Bruce Wayne.
That's what it was in the that's what Bane did the first time he showed up was he broke his back. So, like,
no, breaking Bruce Wayne, not breaking Batman. Like they took all his money, ruined his company.
Yeah,
And they crippled his financial situation, and then they broke him.
They crippled his finances and they crippled him.
Yeah.
And then they it was all about the despair making him suffer.
Without Batman, without the risk of Batman getting in their way, they took the city with ease. You know.
But I guess it wasn't Bane. That's probably the big problem I had with it, that it wasn't Bane. It was just Talia. And I felt like that there was no...
It's Bane and Talia working together.
There was no development with her.
He's not a sidekick. I mean, they're like...
Oh, I'm Talia, and then she died. Like, that's probably really confusing for people who don't know who she is.
So...
Well, she said she was Ra's al Ghul's.
Yeah, but also, we don't even know who Ra's al Ghul is.
I mean, that's because they're stupid people that thought, oh, the new Batman movie's out. That should be good. I haven't seen all the other ones, but I'll watch this. I mean, I don't give them as part of it.
They're not fans enough. I maintain you don't get to complain if you haven't at least watched all of the ones in the current continuity.
Yeah.
If it's an issue, if they called back to one of the old ones, old Batman movies that no one would be expecting.
you know who she is, but like there was no time between revealing it to like.
Yeah.
doing
No, it was like, oh, I'm about to go. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Like it was in the span of 10 minutes. Which I know it comes down. This is a 3-hour movie. I don't want to do 5. I don't want to watch a 5-hour movie.
You could have mentioned it earlier.
But yeah, you could have worked it in a little bit earlier.
I don't know. Make her the one that betrays Batman instead of Catwoman.
Or have fuck. That would have been so much better.
Like,
oh shit.
If it was at that point, I wouldn't have seen it coming by that point. But like, they dragged it on so long, and the second he turned back to it,
if there was something hinted that like she had like promised Catwoman something to get her to betray Batman, like she was like the mastermind of that, and she was just using Catwoman. That would be great.
They didn't even explain what she was really doing. I assumed she just did everything and told Bane what to do.
Yeah.
But
also, how did Bane's thing stop like pain or whatever? It was like a gaseous sort of painkiller. But the tube just connected from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there was no like gas.
Some mad scientist guy in the bottom.
Is he a wizard?
I don't get why they helped him. You think they would have just taped him and not let him, like, if he tries to leak, like, break his back again? Why did they help him?
Hey, fucking
don't
make
put
sure,
his back together.
keep him alive to watch this and just kind of like jerk off in his face every once in a while.
Like, why did he put his back in place, which I don't think you can do, but that's fine.
What, if you have like a vertebrae like kicked out, just get like punch it?
Yeah.
You have bones set.
Can you walk after that?
Yeah. You can.
I'm fine with them
maybe
doing that, but like that was not.
Maybe with a vertebrae, if it severed your spinal cord, you couldn't walk again. But
but that's the point.
It's not impossible that you could walk again. It's just that like having no actual medical attention.
His back is like his spine is over his his hip bone. When it was probably just like kind of protruding a little bit.
He said a vertebrae was sticking out, and it was sticking out
like
backwards.
scoliosis.
No, scoliosis is like the spine moves sideways, but this is like in the other axis.
Mm-hmm.
So that there's a risk of your spinal cord being messed up, but obviously it wasn't because he walked out of there. So
yeah, no, that doesn't bother me. But
that doesn't remotely bother me. Just the motivation of just like, oh yeah, get him better.
I thought that's being like, that's a movie.
Also, aren't they supposed to be like criminals or some action down there? How everyone was like really super nice.
They probably would have just killed him, I imagine.
Like they beat the shit out of like Bane for like helping the kid a little bit, but this guy is like, oh yeah, him rise.
I guess I don't get why they helped him. I guess it's just really.
Everyone was like cheering for him, so it was like really good.
Well, everyone cheered for anyone.
Yeah, but like
they should. 2 specific people were paid to like make sure he watches the TV.
Yeah.
And they did nothing to stop him.
They helped him a lot.
Yeah, because they probably didn't want to see him there. Because I mean, I feel like people in prison, like you're saying that all people in prison are like bad people and like shouldn't be there, but like this is a third world country prison where like people can get thrown in for really frivolous reasons.
Man, you don't get to say anything about prison. Because you didn't even know there was a lot of female rape in prison.
Alright, fine. Alright, whatever.
But,
fuck you.
It's just, these people were paid. Like, assumably, if Batman had died, they would have got killed or something like that. Just, they said they were getting paid quite a bit. They said, we'll kill you if you pay us more.
I don't think they're getting paid much.
Like, they wanted the money, they wanted more.
They could have been getting paid a lot. I don't feel like it matters.
They get no paid.
No, you're money. You're in prison. They're still down there.
They could have maybe was getting let out or something.
Yeah, if you were gonna get let out, oh fuck.
Maybe that they didn't mention what it was, but like it just felt weird that they helped them.
What also?
It wasn't that. I don't think that was a thing.
Follow up. How bad of a hero is the Batman not helping them? Oh hey, thanks for letting me out of there.
He let the rope down.
Maybe that'll get them all out of there. But that old guy, he can't climb.
No, he helped them.
I'd send a fleet of people to help.
But
if I had the Mad Fat Batman cash, which assumably he gets back or something, because he didn't do that. It was fraud.
Maybe it was shorter. It just needed things cut from it. It just needed to be a more refined thing.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to just...
Yeah, I can give you the credit that Christopher Nolan wanted to do too much.
But you also don't want the last thing in the trilogy to end up being 2 movies. Like 2-hour movies. Because I feel like a superhero movie...
No, Christopher Nolan could have took that and made it 2 movies. And it would have been fine.
But I don't want that.
You didn't want that.
No one wants that.
Don't do that. Just
2 hours is a good length for a movie.
Too much.
That's what I'm saying. If you can get your hour, you get it down to a tight 2 hours.
I wouldn't say tight 2 hours. 2:30 probably.
2:10. Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man.
I'm so like the whole concept of that movie was, is bad.
What, Spider-Man?
They made a Spider-Man trilogy, and a few years later, let's reboot that.
I hate reboots. This movie was good. So
Let's reboot that.
the fact that it's a reboot,
Reboot that in 10 years.
the fact that it's a reboot doesn't affect the quality of the movie. Although I don't like that it's a reboot.
A lot of things getting reboots that don't need it, but whatever.
The fact that there's an Oz movie, the fact that there's an Oz movie and a Jack and the Beanstalk movie coming out.
Well, no, okay, Oz movie, that's not a far stretch. That makes sense. The Wizard of Oz, is a whole chronology of a lot of books, and they already did another Oz movie in the '80s, and it was a pretty good movie. And
That's fine, but I just why? Who's
because it's
who's
good.
this for?
It's an interesting universe.
It's not even the fact that it's an Oz movie, it's just the fact that it's with all of those other ones.
What do you mean?
There's so much stuff coming. The Jack and the
The
Beanstalk.
Red Riding Hood, the Jack and the Beanstalk.
Okay.
Wait again.
I think you're
fairy tales, but with a dark twist. PG-13. I don't care for that.
I agree with that.
You're lumping that movie in the wrong category, though.
You've seen the trailer. You don't know.
Okay.
It's the fact that they were
All right.
back then.
Maybe.
You guys are taking Grimm's fairy tales and lumping
Speculation time.
No, this is not speculation. This is fucking fact. The Wizard of Oz was written in the early 20th century and the late 19th century, and it's this chronology of books of adventures of people constantly going to Oz. And one of them is How Did the Wizard Get to Oz? And that's the book that they're going after.
Yeah, but...
And this is Alice in Wonderland, the new one, that makes sense because there's a whole bunch of books that are about Alice in Wonderland. It's like that.
There's two.
There's several.
There's several.
Yeah.
I know there's...
The main one's
there's
the Through the Looking
main
Glass.
This is where,
Through the Looking
and
Glass.
You're jazzing the table a bunch. Settle down.
What else is there
You
besides...
get all worked up.
I'm getting all worked up because you're lumping in Jack and the Beanstalk one and Snow White.
But we're not lumping them in because it's fair. It's because it's like feel good fantasy kids movie kind of things, and now they're doing them again, but with a dark twist.
It's not
That's
that.
what
It's not that.
feels like.
For me,
Have you
that's
seen
what it
the
is.
80s one?
No.
Okay, you're looking at the 1930s Wizard of Oz and saying that's what the Wizard of Oz is all about. The real Wizard of Oz is a fucking dark story.
Yeah, but the thing is that
weird things in it.
in pop culture stuff, these are all happy, cheerful, kid-friendly things,
The
and now
Wizard
they're
of Oz
just.
is not a happy, cheerful.
But in popular culture, who the fuck? You don't get to decide what the zeitgeist is, bitch.
Why do you?
I don't. I just know what it is.
Is what it is.
No,
I think people think of Wizard of Oz like a children's thing.
Absolutely, they do. So you can't even. That's just.
How dark? But you're saying that it's gonna be this dark everything's super.
See, that's
no.
where the claw at the very end for no reason just scratched down the table.
It's just that they're putting a dark twist on these things, and that's fine.
They can do that.
It's the fact that it's all in.
Wizard of
I'm
Oz.
not going to.
Okay, never mind then. You can't talk because I asked you that.
Hold on.
No,
In the very
I can
case
talk.
of this,
No, fuck you.
it is at least,
Nah.
in the very least, this is just bad timing on their part.
No, because
I think on their part.
Yeah,
the issue is-
I can say it's bad timing.
the issue is that
But
there's 7 in a year.
At the
That's
moment,
I'm not
too
lumping
many.
that in with those movies.
At the moment,
I think of them that the Oz one is the most.
If you're taking a book
It's the one that I'll see if I see any of them.
Yeah, I'll see that one because it's gonna be a good movie and it actually has a full story.
I don't know if
there's
it's
a
a good
book,
story, but-
a full fucking book written on this. Those are what they're doing with those ones. This is why I don't like these other ones. Is these are little short stories that are told in the 16th and 17th century, to kids and stuff like that, and they're just this little story happened, and they're taking them and they're trying to make them into this feature-length film where oh, the princess is taken and he's gonna have to raise an army and da 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 da. No, the Wizard of Oz one is how the fuck did the wizard get to Oz? And I'm assuming everyone has wondered why the wizard is in Oz. How did the wizard get to Oz?
So we know
If they made Wicked the movie, fuck that. This is an actual book though. So that's my opinion on it. And I think you lumping in with Jack the Giant Killer and the Red Riding Hood
But it's
one,
not really an issue of. It's just that it seems like it's being oversaturated at this time.
Exactly.
There's
like when there was superhero movies every 5 weeks. It's just
but
I don't care if
there's
it's a
too
superhero
many
movie.
not a
all
superhero
at
movie.
once.
It's
It's not.
Okay,
It's a Wizard of Oz movie.
This is the Wizard of Oz, and these are those shitty Grimm fairy tales made into feature dark.
Yeah, but it seems
It's a
like the same
It
thing.
feels like this movie is being made for the
not
same
the
money.
same.
It feels like this is kind of like a cash in
It
on
feels like it's following
those
the trends of the
those
other-
ones
If they
being
took-
popular
if they
is
took-
why this is being made.
If they took something I don't know, Pocahontas and made that dark, tale. Like,
They could.
Real world Pocahontas. Yeah, I'd love that in there. But this is the Wizard of Oz.
But no, but it's not.
This is
It's not that
different.
they're making it dark. It's that like it can be genuinely dark and it can be based on like dark source material. But this movie's only being made because the other 6 are all going to be like really popular and people will see this too. And
I don't know. It's quite far off too. Like it's like a year away. Why are they showing the trailer so early?
Because this is a big deal. They haven't made a Wizard of Oz movie since 30 years.
But
Fuck you.
they don't need to show it like a year beforehand. I feel like when you show a movie so far beforehand, anybody who gets excited for it, it dissipates completely, and then when it comes out, they don't care. You gotta wait like 3 months before and then start showing it.
I don't know.
At least for like theater trailers. Like you can announce it.
they
You
did
can have online trailers, but don't put it in a movie theater because
They-
then people get bored with it.
I think what they're trying, Disney's in a kind of a situation because what they did with John Carter is they didn't advertise it at all until a week before, and they did it.
what even is that?
John Carter, exactly. Exactly.
This is the first time I've heard of this.
John Carter is like a famous book series from like the 20s.
Yeah.
A guy on Mars named John Carter who's immortal or something. But like
That's cool. That sounds interesting.
they didn't
Yeah,
advertise
I'd
it
watch a movie
whatsoever,
on that.
and no one saw it.
And no one saw it, and now they're like,
Is it on like
we
DVD
have to
now?
watch- we have to have
Wait,
it.
no. Serious time. Can I watch it now?
You can watch it now.
Probably.
I'm gonna watch.
It's a good movie.
Remind to myself when I watch this. Go
Actually,
watch
no,
this
you both
John
wouldn't
Carter.
like it.
I wouldn't like it.
No, you both wouldn't like it.
There's no way to know what I'm gonna like
I don't know.
until I see
I can
it.
guarantee Rob will not like it.
Robin.
Because I didn't like Dark Knight?
Yeah,
Dark
no,
Knight
because exactly that.
'Cause
You're gonna
it's the
find
same
exact
movie.
same problems that you found in that movie with this one.
It was too long and all over the place?
Yeah.
That's a legitimate problem.
Hey, I'm not saying that applies necessarily to Dark Knight Rises, but that is a problem.
It wasn't like the worst case of this, but it compared to the first two, it was not as good.
Okay, that's a fair. But to say it's a 6 out of 10,
If Dark
He
Knight is
said
a
6,
9,
7.
then this is a 6 or a 7. Maybe it's not a 6 or 7 compared to most movies, but compared to Dark Knight, it can't be like just one.
well, I think I'm looking on a scale of most movies though.
But there's a lot of really good movies out
There's
there.
a lot of good.
There's some good movies out there, but
I don't even know if I want to
6
go.
out of 10.
I don't know.
No, it's I say 8, but
I could watch Dark Knight again. I don't
Yeah,
know if
that's-
I don't know if I'd watch
Hey, if you said like 7,
because
Or
I like 8 because
Yeah,
it's like
fine.
it was
If
good,
it's
but
an 8, then it's only a little bit worse than Dark Knight, and I feel like it is.
you feel like it needs to be more notches down from Dark Knight,
Farther away from Dark Knight.
or it can be like an 8, but then Dark Knight has to be like a 12.
Yeah, Dark Knight is.
It has to be. I get it.
There is a gap between those two movies, and it is not small. It is.
I get that. I don't necessarily put it as much of a gap between them.
I mean, I'll have to see it again.
I don't think I'll ever watch that
I'll
movie
watch it when it comes out on DVD or
again.
whatever, and see if it's changed. But like,
I don't think it will change for you now.
it probably won't.
Because like I don't know. I just don't. I've
might
never
be
really
like, I don't-
watched like a superhero movie. Although Batman's not a superhero, but I've never really watched that like type of movie again once I've seen it.
And once I've seen it once, yeah, I don't watch.
I usually-
the only ones the only ones I rewatch are the Batman ones.
I don't rewatch a lot of comedy movies. I'm okay with rewatching if it's been like a while, and
Comedy movies.
if I forget the
If you don't
joke.
want to see that you've seen the joke already, you don't need to see it again.
I've watched Forgetting Sarah Marshall like 10 times.
I
The
feel
movie's
like
good.
when I watch comedy movies again, I'm not like going to like cry laughing. Just like, yeah, this is a good joke, and you just feel good when you watch.
It's not something I watch on purpose. If it's on TV, like on movie channel, so I might like click to it.
Right, but like you wouldn't like seek out a comedy movie that you've already
to
seen.
watch again.
I would. But, yeah.
Oh, some movies I might.
There's not like if there's like a plot twist or something to it. Like I'm not gonna watch like I might watch like Memento again or something like that to like get more. But like something where like
Memento's a
there's
movie you can watch again though. Like
if there's
so much
like
in that movie,
if there's something where it was like there's like a definite twist. Like
it's not. There's not even.
No, I know.
A twist in Memento.
No,
It's just,
Memento's the type I can watch again.
oh.
Something I can't watch again would be like The Sixth Sense, where
Yeah.
there's
Like-
one
like
twist
Cameron,
and this is
that's-
what it
He's
is.
the one trick pony.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he has a trick anymore. I've seen quite a few of his more recent films, and
Devil was awful.
it's a shitstorm.
Hey, did you see The Last Airbender?
Yes, I've seen all of his movies, and they all suck.
I just have an arrow on his forehead. I'm not watching that.
It sucked.
It was awful.
The Village sucked. Lady in the Water sucked. These are all movies I would rate like literally like 2 and 3 out of 10.
Yeah, these are all bad.
Yeah, I haven't seen Later in a while though.
It sucks.
I'm sure it does.
Don't watch
I
it.
trust you.
I'm like fucking do. It's probably the worst one.
Is it?
It's-
The Village is pretty bad.
Oh, fuck, The Village. I was so excited to The Village, and I went in there, and I was like, yeah. And then I walked in, I was like, What the fuck? I was 14. I think. 14-ish.
Yeah.
Young enough that I needed someone to go with me. And that's the maddest I've ever been about a movie. Like, when I came out of there, I was just so, like, let down. And not even because I had, like, super high expectations, just because, like,
I was pretty let down by that movie, too. I remember that feeling.
At that age, like, as young as I was at that point, I was like, that was lame. Like, that was just, like, I could have written something better, probably.
Yeah.
Like, twist, like, not necessarily like a movie. I couldn't write a movie, because I don't have time. But, like,
Just
the
make the monster
twist.
real.
Make it, like,
It doesn't need a twist.
Oh,
not everything needs a twist.
actual modern day.
It
The
doesn't-
call.
It doesn't
See,
need a
that's
twist.
okay, I guess, kind of, but, like, fucking have something. You know what's a good movie with, like, a twist? Believers. I like that.
I don't see that.
You ever seen The Usual Suspects? That's a good twist.
Yeah,
That's a good twist.
that is a good twist.
This is probably the best twist.
Yeah.
I Am Your Father? No.
I don't even know.
Better twist. I don't.
I don't like
That's a good.
It was
I-
it was
hey.
good because everything was in the office.
Here's
that's
what
cool.
here's what I'm gonna say. That's the best twist, where there's like no room for like alternate interpretations on it.
Yeah.
That's the best. Like
Yeah, that's
this is the case closed ending twist that
Yeah,
you can have.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Would you consider Seven's ending a twist?
See, I was thinking 7 the whole time, most of Kevin Costner's and both, and
Would you consider that a twist, though? I feel like it is.
it's not a twist. I don't think.
It is, though, because it was like,
I think it's
you're thinking, like, oh, who's going to be...
I think it's more of a reveal than a big twist. It doesn't really change.
What is the twist, I guess you're thinking of? Maybe we're thinking of different things.
Okay, for like a twist, it has to like change what you've been thinking the
Yeah,
whole
you
time.
thought-
Whereas
no, but what
7
I'm
is
saying,
just.
what is the twist in 7 that you think it is? Is like, maybe we're looking at it.
Well, what are you thinking about?
I was thinking the twist in 7 is that the killer's one of the victims,
Yeah.
and that he's also one of the, like...
I haven't seen 7.
Like-
Really?
No.
Fuck me, watch 7.
I'm not going to I'll spoil it.
Man,
Well, I was
seriously.
hoping you were going to get too specific.
Well, then-
I want to watch this movie.
Tonight, I have it on DVD. You can borrow it.
Okay. I
Um,
that movie.
I wrote a paper on it, an A+.
I remember you
Oh,
said
is that what you did your psychology one on?
Yeah. I wrote my abnormal psychology paper on the killer from 7 and did a great job the night before. What? Hey, I wrote it the night before and I got 100. There's no motivation for me to like start sooner. So I got an A+ in the course. What am I gonna do? Get an
I
A++?
feel like you usually write better when you're like under pressure.
I just like it wasn't even hard to write. I just watched the movie and typed.
Well,
like
something like that especially, but like, I don't know. I feel like if you sit over and like,
Alec wrote it on Truther Polly
yeah,
from Big Bang
you
Theory.
mentioned that.
God,
Oh, no, he didn't.
he can't talk to girls. Abnormal psychology.
That is so bad.
Are you mad? I'm
mad.
not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Like your mom
Oh.
when she watches these. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my boy Steve is saying all these hurtful things about thinking Batman's legitimate." Man, step back from the movies. In no regard is Batman better than Spider-Man.
It's fine.
No, not movies.
I feel
Just
like-
as characters. Like
Oh.
Spider-Man's better. That's what I'm saying.
I don't even
No,
know.
I feel like I like Batman because he's like
Got no powers and is lame like the
No.
new Bond.
no,
Fuck
no,
you.
no. I was good.
You're done.
All right, no. All right, fine, whatever.
Skyfall opinions. I don't know what it's about. I'm gonna see
I
it.
mean,
All right.
to me, Batman's character is only the only thing he's got going for him that's good is that
He's a rich guy who like beats up
is
people.
that if he wasn't a billionaire, I don't think he would be like anything interesting at all.
That's the point. He's a billionaire.
It's not
That's
the only point.
That is a key thing.
That is a key thing.
It is
I have
key.
to agree with
I
Steve.
feel like if you remove some of the major plot points, then
No,
he wouldn't be the same.
If
No,
Spider-Man hadn't been bit by a spider, I think that would have played out a little different.
Spider-Man and without his powers, he'd
No,
just be like some lame dude.
He'd be Batman.
No, I mean, like, even if he still had like all the technologies, but just wasn't a billionaire, like he was just like some guy who like got that stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't know.
You feel like I don't.
Point is this.
I
He's a billionaire.
I don't have a feel for what you're trying to say. Yeah, I need you to keep talking for like a minute straight here to try to explain this.
I don't know. I guess Batman is good, but it's just he's not the focus. He's not the draw to Batman.
Well, that's
he's
the
never
Stan
been
Lee.
the draw.
the Stan Lee approach of comics, which I feel like Marvel should do this more, is a comic will go stale if it has bad villains, and Batman is about
the villain, which is why I feel like he's almost irrelevant in Batman.
Because
Batman has a lot of like psychological like
He is a wall that people like react off of.
He's like
The villain does something and Batman stops them. That is his motivation for everything. It's always he stops them.